everybody, and welcome to episode 21 of the Detroit Lions franchise, and of course, the beginning of the new season. And we're going to start right off here. We lost the film for the last week of the preseason, so week 4. So I didn't get to show you guys who our cuts and our final 53-man roster. So here it is. This is the official 53-man roster that we will be going in with to start the season. I think we made a ton of improvements, and you know what? I'm really excited for this season. This team is finally starting to become, what we want it to be. We're bringing in the players that we want to bring in. We're starting to bring in the players that we think are going to fit our system. And if you just saw it, we went ahead and we signed D Ford. The reason that is in the last, throughout the whole preseason, we saw that we didn't have necessarily a lot of good depth at the pass rushing position. On top of that, Trey Flowers is a guy who can bring a lot of pass rushing pressure from the inside of the line. He's a guy that can line up at one of the defensive tackle positions, whether it be the nose or the tackle position, and he's able to create a lot of pressure up the middle. And you know what? I think we had a great duo last year between Deshaun Hand and Danny Shelton, but with a little bit of regression on Danny Shelton's part, we're bringing in D Ford to be our full-time pass rusher. And on our the snaps where we think the third and longs, the second and longs, the snaps that we almost guarantee that the other team is going to pass it, we're going to be able to have our best defensive linemen out there, whether it be Deshaun Hand, D Ford, Flowers, and then Josh Sweat, who we picked up in free agency just this year as well. I think we're going to have a better overall pass rushing attack, and that's going to be a big part of our team because it was last year. And if we're able to create a lot of pressure, then our young DBs who we're going to be developing throughout the whole season are going to get a better opportunity, and it's kind of going to take a bit of pressure off of them. Of course, Minnesota is a phenomenal team with a lot of weapons on offense. They were not able to make it click last season, but they seem to have, for some reason, feel like they needed to turn up against Detroit Lions, our squad, the Detroit Lions. So we're hoping that we're going to be able to contain them a lot better. Kirk Cousins did not have a phenomenal season last year, but we're not going to take anything away from them. I mean, they still have an abundance of weapons. Adam Thielen, they got Justin Jefferson. They still got Dalvin Cook. They still got veteran Rudolph in there. So this is a lot of talent. Another thing that we would need to monitor is how their run game is going, because we were able to do a great job against Dalvin Cook last season, where they made most of the damage in the passing game, which I didn't think was absolutely realistic. So we explained it a little bit during the preseason video that we've boosted the run blocking for CPU teams, and almost on the first snap an interception by Kevin King. But we boosted the run blocking stat for CPUs, and we want to see if that's going to make a difference, because I thought our run defense was just a little too strong last year for the guys we had, and we wanted to make it a little harder. We want to make it realistic. So when teams like the Vikings, who are running teams, they're going to get the opportunity to go out there and actually run the ball, and they're not just going to be shut down for a gain of 1 or 2 on every snap. But 2 throws to start off the game so far, so it's going to be a 3rd and 4. Kirk Cousins, of course, still the quarterback. We just brought that up, but this time it's going to be Adam Thielen down the drag here. 2 short passes so far here today. They haven't stretched the ball. Last year we had Jeff Okudah on Adam Thielen, and I believe it's going to be very similar. I think Jeff Okudah is going to be following him for a majority of the games. Dalvin Cook, big move there. But we're gonna have Jeff Okudah on Adam Thielen, and Jeff Okudah had one of his best games of the season on Adam Thielen. So I'm hoping that he's going to be able to bring that same kind of energy and eliminate one of those factors that they have. Very next play after the big first down run by Dalvin is another run for only 2 yards this time. Deshaun Hand with the tackle. Kirk Cousins now under the center is going to run the ball here, and a great tackle by Malik Hooker in the open field. Another thing we have to watch out for is no more Tracy Walker. We replaced him with Ronnie Harrison, and now we have, of course, we still have Malik Hooker, who was one of our first free agent signings in our first season taking over this team. The thing is that Tracy Walker was a phenomenal open field tackler. Are we still going to be able to do that with a duo of Malik Hooker and Ronnie Harrison? I think so. On paper, we should be able to do that. But we know how, once you hop into that game, a lot of things can be taken into consideration. and that can be, amplified when you're facing a running back like Dalvin Cook. Now, on 2nd and 4, play action, little dump off here to the slot receiver. That is going to be Johnson, I believe. Yep. Picking up about 10 yards right there. So they're getting a pretty decent first drive here, and we need to do something. We had a little bit of a bend, but don't break. But there's the touchdown. Ronnie Harrison Jr. is the one in coverage, and he's going to give up the touchdown right there. Rudolph is still a very good tight end, even at this point of his career. He's a guy who can make, some of the more crucial catches in the red zone area, and he shows it off there. But here's going to be our first kick return for Agnew, and he's going to have trouble bringing it up to the 25. A little bit of a misconception when the kicker doesn't necessarily force the ball into the end zone is that you should have an easy 25 yards. But of course, that also means that if he doesn't get it to the end zone, that the defenders, the kickoff team, is able to recover and get towards the ball a lot quicker. So we will be taking this one to the 23. And we're going to see Shelby for the first time in his first NFL start. Now, DeAndre Swift is going to get the handoff on first down, so 2nd and inches right here. That is a great start. I think if we can succeed on 1st and 2nd down and take the pressure off of our quarterback, our young quarterback who's getting his first start this year, if we can take the pressure off him on 3rd down, create a 3rd and short, or even better, get a 1st down on 2nd down, or, get a big play on 1st down for 10 yards right away. If we can do that, I think Philip Shelby will be just all right in his debut game. Unfortunately, after the 1st down, we hand it off to Swift again, who gets stuffed for a gain of absolutely nothing. Very next play, you see him shuffling off to the left, and he's going to miss Valdez-Scantling, a guy who's played Minnesota several times throughout his career, being a former Green Bay Packer. So we're hoping that he can have another big game here. He tends to know this defense a lot better than we do, just by the experience of playing him. But unfortunately, we're going to be dumping it off to Swift. Only a gain of 4, so it's going to be Fox punting the ball here. And no points on our first drive. But this is a deep punt and a good one. With a lucky bounce, we can pin them back. And we absolutely do. That's going to be Joe Hayden who picks it off the ground at the 5-yard line. Minnesota back on offense now. They're going under center with Dalvin Cook in the backfield. And, of course, Rudolph off to the right. They're going to hand it off here. And that's going to be Terrence Kramer, rookie middle linebacker, who's going to have a big role for us this year, coming up with the tackle. He's one of those athletic linebackers who can make plays all over the field. I just think he needs to develop a little bit and get that kind of sense of awareness of the NFL field, the NFL speed, before we really see him at his full potential. Now 3 runs in a row here. Dalvin Cook is going to break a tackle, and he's going to fall forward for a gain of about 9. And already we're seeing that this run game is significantly harder to stop. Very next play, up the middle is Dalvin Cook. We bring the blitz with the safety. He gets jammed up by the center, who does a great job. And Dalvin Cook, with nobody at the 3rd level of the defense, is going to run into the end zone untouched. And that is a big run for this Minnesota offense. And that means that we need to respond here if we want to make sure this game doesn't get ugly. Now, we're going to pitch this one out to Swift, who's able to get about a yard or 2, not even. They're saying that's going to be a gain of nothing. And thank God, Malik Hooker, who was injured on the deep run by Dalvin Cook, is okay and will return. Looking around, we're going to find Rodney Foreman, standout receiver last year, who's going to get us a big first down right there. And Philip Shelby, so far, 2 for 3 for 16 yards. And of course, that one miss was to Valdez-Scantling earlier ago. Now, looking to roll out, he's going to be sacked, and that's going to be Tack McKinley, former Atlanta Falcon edge rusher, a guy who had a lot of hype coming out of college, didn't necessarily pan out, whether it be health or other reasons, but we're not doing too good here, and we're put into a 3rd and 20, the exact situation that we wanted to avoid. Philip Shelby looking around, trying to throw it, is going to go for the corner, and Sammy Watkins unable to get there. That ball's a little overthrown. So just like that, the Minnesota Vikings have the opportunity to make this a 3-possession game. Run on 1st down, takes a big hit from Ronnie Harrison. That's one thing we're looking forward to. 2 very physical safeties who can also complement us in the passing game. 2 guys who can do a decent job covering, but more importantly for us, 2 guys who can get in the box and make the necessary tackles. 3rd and 1 now for for Cousins here, and that's going to be a play action. Rolling out, Kirk Cousins looking downfield. Ronnie Harrison getting under the ball, and he's going to do a great job of deflecting that to the ground. Terrence Kramer was there as well. It looks like Ronnie Harrison was out of position, but he does a great job recovering. Adam Thielen unable to make the catch. Back on offense, Swift, a big first down after he takes a pretty solid hit from the cornerback, but we do get the necessary yards, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 43 here. It's going to be play action. Rolling out, Philip Shelby turns his shoulders, looking upfield for Rodney Foreman, who's going to try and get to the sideline, but taken down by the pursuing defensive back. But a big catch there for our young combo, and we really hope that they can find a mesh early on in the season. Now in the empty back set on the 17-yard line, looking around, we're going to find TJ Hawkinson for a big first down, and just like that, we're going to be in the red zone right here in a goal line formation, rolling out, and he's going to be taken down by, star linebacker Anthony Barr, one of those linebackers who brings such a diverse skill set, who can do it absolutely everywhere on the field. He's going to get his first sack of the season, and that puts us in a 2nd and goal on the 12-yard line, finding Rodney Foreman once again, and they are going to mark him short at the 1-yard line, just short of his first touchdown of the season. Now we're going to see Kayshawn Crocker for the first time here today. And we are indeed going to pitch it out to him. And he's going to walk into the end zone untouched. Kayshawn Crocker, welcome to the Detroit Lions. You can see him putting his fist up. We absolutely love that. And our first touchdown of the season, capping off a great drive led by Philip Shelby in this passing game. Going deep once again, Adam Thielen with Kevin King in coverage. And that's why we like those big, lanky defensive backs. They're able to reach in and knock these tough balls out and back into the air and hopefully cause an incompletion. 2nd and 10 on the 25, looking towards the sideline, and there is going to be a flag on the field. Not sure what it is. And it's going to be a roughing the passer call, unfortunately, and that's going to be on Danny Shelton, our standout defensive tackle last season, who was also our best pass rusher throughout the first 8 games. It's good to see that he's getting active there, but it is an unfortunate penalty. Run on the very next play, and that's going to be Deshaun Hand and Trey Flowers both getting involved. And it's these situations here, the 2nd and 10s, where you're going to see Trey Flowers kind of slot himself back into the middle at defensive tackle, and we're going to let D Ford take care of that left side, because we know he is an absolute sack specialist who can get the job done. 3rd and 7 here, hoping to get them off the field. Kirk Cousins, play action here. They know the run game's working, so we're very likely to bite. But contact coming in, and Jeff Okudah is going to punch this one out of Justin Jefferson, usually a very sure-handed receiver, but the ball is just thrown with a little bit too much air, and it's going to allow both Malik Hooker and then Jeff Okudah to come in and make some contact and force the incompletion. Back on offense on the 14 after a great punt by the Vikings. We're only going to get about 3-4 yards right there for Swift. Now, it's a little bit of a slow start, but we know DeAndre Swift is the kind of guy that the more carries he gets, the more dangerous he becomes. And even if the run game isn't necessarily working the way we would like it to, we know DeAndre Swift has developed into a very decent receiving back, over the course of last season. So whether we get him his touches in the run game or in the passing game, we know he'll be effective nonetheless. Empty back set after the Crocker first down, so 1st and 10 on the 24. We've officially hit the 2-minute warning. Philip Shelby is taking his time reading the defense, looking around. He finally snaps the ball. And what is he going to find? He's going to find TJ Hawkinson, breaks a tackle, tries to make another man miss, and he's going to be able to get another 6 to 8 yards after the initial contact there, and it's going to be a roughing the passer on top of it. So just like that, we are across the midfield point of the field, and this offense is looking like they're going to be able to put some points up, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. Another pass there to TJ Hawkinson, this time just a short one for 5 yards, but that is a successful first down play. Now, Philip Shelby in the pistol set. You're going to see Njoku as the fullback, and this is just one of the things that we're going to be capable of doing with him. This is a role that we're going to expand as we go through the season, but his ability to come out of the backfield and make a big catch off a screen like that is going to give us, another thing that defenses are going to have to worry about. Very next play going to Rodney Foreman up top, but Gladney is going to do a great job to initiate contact, force the incompletion. But I'm just super excited at the plethora of weapons that we have on this offense to go ahead and make plays. And, I think this is going to be an exciting group of guys who are going to be able to do a lot of things that you might not see most NFL teams do. Just because we've built this team to have guys who can fit several roles, who can do several things, who can line up in different positions and, can beat one-on-one coverage, can beat zone, as long as Philip Shelby is able to put the ball on the mark, as he does right there to Valdez-Scantling to get us the big first down. That's his first catch of the season for us. And now, looking around, Philip Shelby rolling out, looking for an open guy. Nobody gets open, so he's going to choose to run this, stretch the ball out for the big first down. And that's something that Philip Shelby can do, very similar to Matthew Stafford, is even though he's not necessarily a scrambling quarterback who has top-end speed, he is more than capable of getting upfield and getting the necessary yards, as we're going to be able to slip it through to David Njoku for his first touchdown of the season, as well as Philip Shelby, I believe, his first touchdown of his career. Now back on offense after making it 14-14. Kirk Cousins going to hand this ball off, looking around, trying to find a gap, but he's going to be taken down by Kramer. And that's going to be the very last play of the half. So a little polar opposite so far here today, where we found our success in the passing game, while the Vikings have found their success in the run game. So a very diverse offensive game here so far. But we're putting up some points right now, and it's a tie game. And of course, we get it to start off the half. Jamal Agnew looking to get a good return. He's going to cut it up the middle, get by the kicker. Nothing but open field ahead of him. And Agnew is taking this one to the house. What a way to open up the second half. Agnew is going to get his first kick return touchdown of the series. He had a punt return last year, but wasn't really able to get much on the kick return. But there he is, getting a big gain right down the middle. He's going to navigate his way through the blockers and defenders and get the big touchdown to put us ahead. That means Kirk Cousins gets to come back right away onto the field. A big first down there as he's going to find the open slot back for a gain of about 15. Very next play, he's going to dump this one off to Justin Jefferson. Mitch Klein, another young linebacker who's going to have an expanded role for us this season, is going to make the tackle. Both him and Kramer are very athletic, guys who can go sideline to sideline, but just need to get that NFL experience, in their repertoire before we're really going to see them at their top-notch, performance. 3rd and 5. Kirk Cousins looking around, is going to dump this one off. Once again, he's going to hit the sideline, get some extra yards, and Ronnie Harrison is going to save the touchdown, but they're abusing us up the middle. And this is something that we knew might happen. I mean, we went out there looking for a safety who was able to cover and play in the box, and we were able to find one in Adrian Phillips. But depending on what formation we're out there, sometimes they'll be able to take advantage of it. Mitch Klein and, Kramer have a lot of development to do when it comes to being, decent, pass defenders. On the very next play there, Kramer is going to stop the run. He's going to shed the block from, the little trap play from Rudolph. And we're looking to bring some pressure here perhaps, but we're going to drop back. He's looking for the open guy back in the end zone. And after a clean release on Kevin King, Adam Thielen is going to set himself up at the back of the end zone, and a great throw by Kirk Cousins. Back out in the offense. Counter play here. Keyshawn Crocker is going to hit the outside on the counter, and he's got nothing but open field, and only Harris can catch him. But he is going to take this one into the end zone. Rookie running back Keyshawn Crocker. I'm pretty sure I've said it three times differently. I got to figure out how we're going to pronounce his name, what kind of spin we're going to put on it, but I think we're going to make it Keyshawn Crocker. I think that'll be the official name now. Can't keep switching it up. But a great run there for the rookie. And you know what? He's coming in to replace Kerryon Johnson. That's the exact reason why we drafted him. Another guy who might not have that top-end speed, but he's very explosive, very powerful. And when he does get into the open field, he might not be the fastest, but it's not just anybody's going to be able to catch up to him and take him down. And he showed his speed right there. Very next drive, almost intercepted by Kevin King. He almost intercepted the very first pass in the game. Almost got that one there, and he tipped it up, and Ronnie Harrison just couldn't bring it in. Couldn't locate the ball in time. Now looking around, Dalvin Cook on the sideline. Malik Hooker is going to get stiff-armed right off. Kind of got in a little too early. Got ahead of him. And, Dalvin Cook is just able to kind of cut behind him. Just able to, put his hand on his back and kind of lead him out of his way. A great run there. Malik Hooker needs to break down and make the tackle, as he does right there with Deshaun Hand. But 16 rushes for 141 yards so far for Dalvin Cook. They've been able to run on us all day so far. Little bunch to the right here. Under center is Kirk Cousins. Looking around, he's going to dump this one off to Justin Jefferson, but Kevin King will take him down right away. Our biggest thing here is we want to stop the yards after the catch. That's something that we struggled with a little bit last year, and we've done a little bit better so far here today. They do have a couple plays that did go for some big yards, but it's those little hook routes that turn into, 10, 15-yard plays that we just cannot have this season, as Trey Flowers is going to help Deshaun Hand there take him down. It does indeed mean that Danny Shelton will have a reduced role, but I think as the season goes on, we'll see that this is what's best for this defense. Kyle Rudolph down the middle there is going to get wide open. That's going to be Amani who's going to be able to take him down. I'm very excited about this young defensive back core. I want to know who's going to make the first play for us. Very next play, Terrence Kramer unable to take him down by himself, and that's going to be another Dalvin Cook touchdown. Philip Shelby back on offense here. 1.5 minutes left before we enter the fourth quarter. A decent run there by Swift for a gain of about 5. Now going in the I formation. Swift is still in the game. Looking around, he's going to try and cut this one in, but nowhere to go, as the linebacker does a great job on David Njoku shedding the block. And that's one thing that we're going to have to sacrifice if we do try to run with him out there, is that he is not as good as a blocker as we had with Nick Bodden, or even, or the rookie that we drafted this year, who was able to show out in the preseason. In the pistol formation, able to get the ball off before the end of the quarter. DeAndre Swift is going to get a decent gain there of about 4. Back under center, we're going to have a 2 tight end set here on the line. Philip Shelby dropping back, looking around. He's going to dump this one off, but throws it a little too high for Sammy Watkins. And that's going to be unfortunate there. That's going to be a 3rd and 5. Empty back set, bunch off to the right. Looking around, we're just going to dump this one off here to TJ Hawkinson. Easy gain for a first down. That's a great job there by TJ Hawkinson. Back in the 2 tight end set. We're very excited about being able to take advantage of our athletes at the tight end position. Looking around, we go to David Njoku, who's able to turn it upfield, stretch it out, and get the big first down. 16 for 20 so far for Philip Shelby. Very accurate, and we're making the easy throws. We're getting our guys open, trying to find that gap on the right side, but Danielle Hunter and Anthony Barr are going to be able to take him down. Philip Shelby back in the pistol. Is going to go play action here, rolling out, trying to find an open guy. He's going to dump this one off to David Njoku, moving upfield. That's a good gain of about 6 yards, puts us in a 3rd and 3. Staying in the pistol here, though, we got the bunch off to the left. DeAndre Swift looking around. He's going to dump this one off to DeAndre Swift on the screen, trying to break a tackle. He does, until he's eventually taken down at the 17-yard line, so a gain of about 13 yards. Philip Shelby in the shotgun now. Looking around. He's going to finally be sacked after having all day in the pocket, unable to find an open receiver. That's going to be Tack McKinley for his 2nd sack of the game. Philip Shelby now in a 2nd and 21. Dropping back, looking around, finding Rodney Foreman wide open. Initiates contact right after, but he's able to keep possession of this ball. And a great catch there to put us in a 3rd and 4. And more importantly, keep this drive alive, as this is still a 28-28 game. Philip Shelby under center now. DeAndre Swift behind him. Looking around, he's going to dump this one off to Njoku, who's going to make a big catch for a first down. It's going to be Anthony Barr who takes him down immediately after the catch. But we have a chance to put up some points here. DeAndre Swift, good run on first down, gains about 3 with a stacked box. In the pistol now, we're going hurry up. We like the mismatches that we see on the field. Philip Shelby is going to snap the ball. It's going to be a pass looking for Rodney Foreman on the slant, but he's going to be hit right away as the defense sends a big blitz in, and it's going to be the linebackers who get through untouched. Play action now, and that's going to be Anthony Barr once again getting in the backfield, causing the incompletion, and we're going to be forced to take a field goal, making the score 31-28. Of course, Minnesota now back on offense. They're hoping to put some points up, but we get some pressure of our own there. That's going to be Josh Sweat, who's able to hit him as he's throwing there, so he's going to have no choice but to get it out of bounds. Shotgun, Dalvin Cook to the right, blocking. He's going to find Kyle Rudolph on the little stick route right there, and that's going to be a good gain of about 8 yards, forcing a 3rd and 2. We need our defense to make a stop here if we want to secure a win right away. Looking around, he's going to hand this one off to Dalvin Cook untouched for a free 5-yard first down right there. Malik Hooker eventually does take him down. Staying in the shotgun, 3 receivers off to the right, and of course the tight end to the left. Dalvin Cook in the backfield. It's going to be another play action here. It's worked for them all day. Kirk Cousins rolling out. He's going to decide to run it, but Terrence Kramer is going to put a nice hit on him. That's going to be a gain of about 4. Lucky Terrence Kramer doesn't force a fumble on that hit right there. Stacking the box here, we're looking to blitz on 2nd and 6. They're going to be passing the ball. Pressure coming in, but Kevin King unable to deflect this ball onto the ground. So a little hook route there is going to be a first down. And Kevin King is giving up some tackles, giving up a couple catches, but he is making the tackles almost immediately. That is one improvement that we didn't have over from last year, where we'd give up the catch and the yards. But at this point, it is pretty manageable. Going to the end zone, Justin Jefferson makes a big catch, but he is nowhere near staying in bounds. That was an impressive catch, but it does not count with Jeff Okudah in coverage, able to use his body to force him to head out of bounds. Going to Justin Jefferson on the very next play, a little hook route there as they do a smash concept with the slot doing a corner. That's going to be the first down that they need with about 1.5 minutes left in the 4th, and we're looking like we're getting ourselves into a nail-biter in the first week of the season. Finding Adam Thielen on the drag route, he's able to make one person miss, and he's going to turn it upfield for a gain of about 13. Kirk Cousins now in the shotgun. Pressure coming in. He's going to get this ball off just in time for Justin Jefferson, but taken down shortly thereafter. Looking towards the end zone, unable to find the open guy, so he's going to sail this one past the end zone there. So it's going to be a 3rd and 7. We have a chance to force a field goal here, and hopefully, with the 3 timeouts, give enough time for offense to go and finish this game off. Kirk Cousins looking to the end zone, is going to sail this one way over his receiver, forcing them to take a field goal. So 31-31 with about 38 seconds left. Philip Shelby still has his 3 timeouts to go ahead and get this game winner done. Of course, we're looking at Dustin Hopkins' kick range. They're saying the 39-yard line should be our target. I think he can hit it from a little bit further, but to be safe, that's probably where we'll want to be. Now, heading off to the outside there, that's going to be Sammy Watkins in the slot, who does a deep crossing route, unable to catch it. So 2 drops already on this drive, and we need a big first down here. Now, looking to Sammy Watkins once again, unable to get it. We're going to be forced to punt it here, and at all costs, we have to make sure that the Minnesota Vikings do not get into field goal range. A run on first down, a little bit of a questionable call by the offense, but it is a gain of 7 nonetheless. 12 seconds left in the 4th. Kirk Cousins in the shotgun with Cook off to his right and a bunch to the left. He's going to the sideline here, but a miscommunication with Justin Jefferson is going to force the incomplete ball. In the shotgun now, Kirk Cousins. This is going to be a Hail Mary. He's got 3 receivers off to the left and 1 off to the right. He's going to be throwing it deep for the last play of the game, and it's going to be completely untouched. A little bit of a rare play there on the Hail Mary when it's completely untouched, not deflected or anything, but it is going to force overtime. And this coin toss is going to be very important. We have won the coin toss, and we will be receiving. So we have the chance here, with 1 touchdown, we can end the game immediately. Of course, the animation there, but we already know the results. And we are going to receive the ball. A big kick by Agnew, a big kick return by Agnew. Maybe a second touchdown could go a long way and get us to pack our bags early in this overtime period. But he's going to be taken down at about the 22-yard line there. So it's going to be Philip Shelby in his first NFL start is going to be forced to go ahead and, try and get this team a big, overtime win in the first week of the season. Looking around, nobody open. He's finally going to throw it to Melo St. Clair, rookie receiver from just this past draft class, who's going to get his first career catch right there, and it's a big one in overtime. Philip Shelby now back into the pistol. It's going to be Swift off in the backfield helping out on Danielle Hunter. Looking around, he's going to roll out and find Sammy Watkins for a big first down. Not an easy throw with about 2 defenders chasing him down, but he's going to stay poised and find the open man. And more importantly, if we get a first down here, we are automatically in field goal range. Now Philip Shelby looking to the sideline. It's going to be Sammy Watkins on the play action play there. That is a long development play, and we are finally able to get our most veteran receiver the ball. And we're already past field goal range, so we got to keep the ball safe here and hopefully go for a touchdown. Dumping it off to Sammy Watkins, able to shrug off the initial contact there. He's going to gain about 3 yards. He's got 5 receptions for about 35 yards so far. Not too bad. He's been a great possession receiver so far. Philip Shelby looking around, dumping it off to DeAndre Swift on a little hook route. The linebackers lost track of him there. So 1st and 10 on the 17, and we got to keep this ball safe. And we know that we got to come out with points no matter what. Hitting the sideline there for Valdez Scantling. Little hook route there. That's going to be a gain of about 4. 2nd and 6 on the 14 here. Philip Shelby in the pistol with Njoku off to the right. Looking around, he's going to dump this one off to DeAndre Swift, who's probably going to lose a yard or 2. He does. So a tough situation here. 3rd and 8. Near the red zone, which means a lot less room to throw. But he's looking towards the end zone. Valdez Scantling gets the game-winning touchdown. And a big overtime win for our second-year quarterback in his first career start. This is exactly what we wanted to see, him staying poised. Most importantly, we kept the ball safe. And we were able to get the necessary first downs. We were able to succeed on 1st and 2nd down. And take some of that pressure off our very young quarterback, who we're looking to hopefully become the future of this team. Now we look at the run game here. Quayshawn Crocker had a great job, a big deep run that kind of skews his stats. Other than that, in the passing game, Rodney Foreman looked like he's back into his old form. And you know what? I think Terrence Kramer was pretty impressive. He was all over the field, making all the big tackles, led the team in tackles. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.